On March 8, 2022, Joe Biden made the following announcement. Today I'm announcing the United States is targeting the main artery of Russia's economy. We're banning all imports of Russian oil and gas and energy. That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports, and the American people will deal another powerful blow to Putin's war machine. This is a move that has strong bipartisan support in the Congress and, I believe, in the country. I'm going to tell you what Joe Biden did not say and break it down for you. Hey everybody, I'm Bill, the Hill Country Prepper, and I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. What I do on my channel is I talk about current events and things that are going on in the world that I think you need to be aware of so that you can be informed and take the necessary preparations for yourself and your family for what may be coming. If that's important to you, please keep watching. What Joe Biden said on March 8th was a soundbite. There wasn't a lot of details in his comments, so I dug into it a little bit more and actually found the text of the executive order, and I want to go over a couple of parts in that executive order. Now, there's two main parts here that I want to cover. First one is where he lists the things that are prohibited, effective immediately. And this includes the importation into the United States from the Russian Federation, crude oil, petroleum fuels, oils, products of their distillation, natural gas, coal, and coal products. Then it goes on and also talks about financing any contracts that may be entered and stuff like that. The second part of it, and this is what I want you guys to understand. Part B of the executive order says the following. The prohibitions in subsection A that I just mentioned of this action apply except to the extent provided by statutes or in regulations, orders, directives, or licenses that may be issued pursuant to this order, and, this is the important part, notwithstanding any contract entered into or license or permit granted prior to the date of this order. Now, what that means, any contract that is currently in place by a U.S. business or a U.S. entity still remains intact. Now, the Office of Foreign Asset Control, or you might know this as OFAC, and this is an agency of the Department of the Treasury, they've also issued a statement, and they are granting a general license to U.S. entities and individuals that will run through approximately the third week of April. So any contract that you have in place with the Russian Federation is still valid. Now, anything after that April date will require a special license from the Office of Foreign Asset Control. Main point here is that what Joe Biden had said made it sound like this was an immediate stoppage of all Russian imports of gasolines, fuels, etc. That's not what it is. That's why the markets are not reacting in a drastic manner. Now, I've mentioned in the past in other videos that oil companies buy their fuels and crudes, etc., out into the future. So the contracts that are in place now for these energy products were entered into clearly before the March 8th statement. These were done in January, maybe some even in November of last year, February, and they are still in place. So what you heard yesterday from Joe Biden is not an immediate stoppage. What it does do is that it gives energy companies here in the United States an opportunity to find alternative fuel sources and feed sources from other regions, not Russia. It gives the oil companies and the petroleum refiners an opportunity to start sourcing their barrels for May and June and beyond from other parts of the world like the Arabian Gulf, South America, Central America, and so on. So I want you guys to understand this is not an immediate stoppage of Russian energy products. It's not at all. You're not going to see that. There are still tens of millions of barrels of crude and fuels en route to the United States and other parts of the world. Guys, if you find this information helpful, why don't you go ahead and press down on that thumbs up and give it a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why don't you subscribe right now? Because I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. Hit that notification bell and you'll get notified each and every time I upload some new content. So do that right now. Again, folks, it's real important that you don't just live by the sound bites that you hear in the news. I've tried to find more information on the mainstream media websites, and none of them are mentioning the fact that this does not immediately stop the importation of Russian energy products. Nowhere. If you have information on a website or a news story that does mention that, leave me a comment down below and tell me where it is, because I haven't seen it, and I've looked at several different news sites and nobody's mentioning it. Is it a big deal? No, it's really not. But what I think it is that people just hear that Biden has stopped the importation of Russian fuels, and that's really not the case. It's not immediate. It is into April. I want you guys to understand that. Hope you guys find this information helpful. Press down on that thumbs up and give me a like. You guys have a blessed day. Hill Country Prepper. Thanks.